Faded off of 1942. Wondering if you still. That's my shit. What's up, YouTube? I'm finna talk my shit. Y'all know if I got my water. My water, I'm finna talk my shit. If I got my water, I'm guaranteed to talk my shit.
Fading off 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you. Wondering if you still care. I'm wondering if you still care. Fading off 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you.
What? Tipsy telling straight truth. Feeling free, closed in this booth. Cuban got my neck heavy, chin up, exposed truth. I've been on this piece shit hard. Piecing broken pieces of my heart, they ain't fitting back. Trauma got me looking back. Vibe, engine in the back, do 100 in the two-seater. Reminiscing, make your thoughts lethal, mind get the feeling feeble. Do you miss us, or was it just lust? I caught the best nuts. I think it's nuts how we moved on. Thought the grass was wet, did we move wrong? Funny, all my vivid visuals was nighttime. Was it real or I defined your nighttime? Wondering if you still give a ooh. I remember different math, first was us too.
Faded off of 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you. Wondering if you still care. I'm wondering if you still care.
Pretty face, ugly attitude, I'm working on it. Good pipe, bad intentions, is you gon' own it? On this different type of time, feeling change, dude. It ain't nothing like the times I tried to change you. Starting slow with direction, focus, not speed. My mind on its own time, no people please. Designer bags out the fights was a vice. $1,000 shades.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta vibe first. I gotta vibe.
Fading off 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you. Wondering if you still care. I'm wondering if you still care. Faded off of 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you.
Listen.
What? Tipsy telling straight truth. Feeling free, closed in this booth. Cuban got my neck heavy, chin up, exposed truth. I've been on this piece shit hard. Piecing broken pieces of my heart, they ain't fitting back. Trauma got me looking back. Vibe, engine in the back, do 100 in the two-seater. Reminiscing, make your thoughts lethal, mind get the feeling feeble. Do you miss us, or was it just lust? I caught the best nuts. I think it's nuts how we moved on. Thought the grass was wet, did we move wrong? Funny, all my vivid visuals was nighttime. Was it real or I defined your nighttime? Wondering if you still give a ooh. I remember different math, first was us too.
Fading off 1942, thinking of the nights I spent with you. Wondering if you still care. I'm wondering if you still care.
Pretty face, ugly attitude, I'm working on it. Good pipe, bad intentions, is you gon' own it? On this different type of time, feeling change, dude. It ain't nothing like the times I tried to change you. Starting slow with direction, focus, not speed. My mind on its own time, no people please. Designer bags out the fights was a vice. $1,000 shades and packs with the ice. Black eyes, no regrets, pour another cup. Cause my vision get clear when you eat me up. I remember nights, you ain't remember nights. Blame me for your problems and I blamed you back. Wondering if you still care enough to want me back. I think I see the whole future as I'm looking back. Tequila got me thinking careful, we was never careful. Now that I'm thinking back.
Faded off in 1942, thinking of the nights I spent.
What's up, YouTube? I'm finna talk my shit. I'm really finna talk my shit.
Sweet as honey, put it on you. Wait, smile through some heavy tears, fake my best day. Ain't no love bomb.
I done did that, boy. Sweet as honey, put it on you in my best way.
You what you wanted, I was.
Smile through some heavy tears, fake my best days.
Ain't go that love. Sweet as honey, put it on best way. Smile through some heavy tears, fake my best day. Ain't no love bomb. You just gave me what you wanted, I was love dumb. Come and go that love run. Sex made the hurt fun, lie to the hurt one. Now I'm 30 days past bitter, minutes from a breakdown. Wrote this song to hear myself before I break down. That water deep as ever and you looking back.
All them bitches you ain't letting go, you can tell them I ain't fucking with you. Yeah, this a real live. Yeah, I'm finna talk my shit. Yeah, I'm on YouTube now. Yeah, they shouldn't have let me on this bitch. Yeah, this shit gonna get deep. Got a whole fresh bottle full of water. I'm finna talk my shit. After I vibe for a second though.
Sweet as honey, put it on you in my best way. Smile through some heavy tears, fake my best day. Ain't no love bomb. You just gave me what you wanted, I was love dumb. Come and go that love run. Sex made the hurt fun. Lie to the hurt one. Ooh. Now I'm 30 days past piddle, minutes from a breakdown. Wrote this song to hear myself before I break down. That water deep as ever and you looking back. Came too far from the familiar, ain't no turning back. Changing colors a chameleon, counted on me countless times like a million. I see you trying to turn my back, you gon' feel it. Said you good without me, show me, now that's real shit.
You know when a nigga say he gonna be all right without you, he gonna be good without you. Said you good without me, show me. Now that's real shit. Stand on that shit you said. You said you good without me, now show me. Now that's real shit. You real if you say you good and then you show me you good. Y'all niggas don't be good.
Sweet as honey, put it on you in my best way. Smile through some heavy times, fake my best day. Ain't no love bomb. You just gave me what you wanted, I was love dumb. Come and go that love run. Sex made the hurt fun. Lie to the hurt one. Now I'm 30 days past piddle, minutes from a breakdown. Wrote this song to hear myself before I break down. That water deep as ever and you looking back. Came too far from the familiar, ain't no turning back. Changing colors a chameleon, counted on me countless times like a million. I see you trying to turn my back, you gon' feel it. Said you good without me, show me, now that's real shit. All them bitches you ain't letting go. Tell them I ain't fucking with you.
Nope. Tell them hoes I ain't fucking with you.
Trying to still let go. I ain't bringing baggage with me.
Nope.
Tell them I ain't fucking with you. See me try to still let go. I ain't bringing baggage with me.
Nope.
Yeah, I see you call and watch it ring like I'm blind, deaf, and heartless. I used to call to try to beat you, say I'd start shit, mark this. The day I saw you exposed, Saks Fifth, same girl from your gram. Whole shit told me I ain't no shit, this loyal ass low shit. I believed you would change, I was wrong. Used to scream through the phone, wrong tone. Cried and cursed to get you home, should've stayed alone. Now I know I need a loan, baggage filled with us. Demons holding you down, had to level up. Subtracted highs, left me lows, now I'm messed up. How you provide and divide, you a skill smuck. Gave you more than what I had, math messed up. Hoping legs closed, heart, now my mental fuck. All them bitches you ain't letting go. Tell them I ain't fucking with you. See me trying to still let go. I ain't bringing baggage with me. Tell them I ain't fucking with you. See you trying to still let go.
I ain't bringing baggage with me. Hey, that's my shit. New music coming soon. Listen, I'm finna tell y'all some shit, right? And I feel like this is so necessary because it's a lot of people, and y'all know I always talk about how people was raised. It's a lot of people wasn't raised, still don't know, ain't gonna know unless a bitch like me tell them, or they run across a video from somebody that give out games similar to me. But I don't know if it's anybody that really give out game like I give out game, but it be people on the internet that be talking that shit. So unless they run across one of them videos and then really receive that shit in, they ain't got this, they ain't gonna get this, probably gonna die without this. So I'm gonna say it to y'all, right? It's a lot of people, they never got the groundwork, the foundation laid, the floor, the blueprint for how to be a real ass person, right? And I'm going to tell y'all, being real don't have shit to do with always being right or always doing it right or you know, being perfect or not being flawed or not making mistakes. They don't have shit to do with being real. So for the people that think they real because they around people that fuck up more than them, that don't make you real. When you surround yourself with people that got less going on than you, or you the smartest person in the room, or they fuck up or make stupid decisions more than you do, right? Or the shit about they flaws stand out more than yours, right? That don't make you real just because you around a bunch of motherfuckers that fuck up. Because real niggas fuck up too. Real bitches fuck up too. People that's real and genuine, right? Good people, they make mistakes too, but I'm gonna teach y'all the difference because some of y'all, you weren't raised to understand this. Some of y'all in your adult life, in your younger years, you were shown shit by the people that raised you that was flawed in the bitch. So now you flawed in the bitch and you think your flaw ass raised make you real, right? Because you loud about them or because you around people that fuck up or is less real than you, right? Let me tell y'all what the foundation of real is. And I'm gonna start by keeping it very simple and very ghetto, right? Y'all ever met somebody that lie a lot, right? You can lie a lot and still be real. I'm going to tell you how. Y'all ever met somebody that be on some bullshit? You could be on some bullshit and still be real, right? Real is when you are self-aware and you willing to stand on the shit that you created in your life and the lives of those around you, right? If you willing to own the shit that you caused, you created, the effect that you caused, the reputation that you created from a very authentic and factual space, you can fuck up and still be a real ass bitch or a real ass nigga. I'm gonna break it down. It's some of y'all, you might be the person or you know somebody. They tell lies, right? They could be a compulsive liar or they might lie here and there. They might lie when you catch them in some shit that might make you view them different, right? Cool. Being a liar or telling lies don't not make you real. And I know some of y'all, this fucking y'all head up. But let me break it down, right? You can be somebody that when it come down to certain shit, I don't tell the truth, right? Could be in relationships, could be with people I deal with out in friend circles, could be on my job. But if I'm able to accept what comes from the lies I told, if I'm able to be aware that people handle me the way they do, people look at me the way they do, I got the opportunities I have or don't got the opportunities that I don't got based on the shit I be telling lies about versus telling the truth about, you can still be real. I can still be real. It's some people that they know that it's certain shit a bitch don't ask them. It's certain places they ain't gonna make it into. It's certain rooms they ain't gonna be a part of. Certain people that ain't gonna fuck with them because of the lies they tell. And they understand that. And guess what? They don't go around playing victim like they don't understand why so-and-so and them over there didn't invite them to the event or why sister and them over there said she don't fuck with them or why the ex don't call them or don't speak to them when they see them. They understand. I told some lies to them people, and that's why they fuck with me the way that they do. They don't make it a thing. They don't keep bringing it up. They don't try to play victim to it, right? They're fully aware of what the fuck they be doing and the effect that they create. And they stand on, right, the situation that they lies created. Do y'all understand that? Some of y'all, you didn't get this in your upbringing, so I'm going to re-raise you on this live because you really need to understand this. Y'all go around looking for perfect people, right? And then you think that when you meet somebody that you can't see them fucking up, like see them lying or see them exposed with they, unpretty parts, right? The parts of their character and personality that you done seen in other people that you didn't like. You think this person is a good pick because you don't see they flaws, right? But in all reality, the realest people be the people that they not trying to hide what they not good at from you. They willing to accept what comes along with the way that people deal with them based on how they really are. This is called being their authentic self. Is it right to lie? Is it right to, be in bullshit or do some of the shit that people do in regards to their flaws? No, it's not. But ain't nobody all the way right, right? So if we talking about real is when somebody is being themselves, the bad with the good, and the consequences of them being themselves, the effect of their choices, their words, their actions, their ways, they willing to accept that without acting like life doing something to them. The problem with a lot of y'all is you believe that you real, but you don't even know what the fuck real is. You believe that you real because you around people that you fuck up less often than them, but when you do fuck up, you don't own it. You don't own what you created. You don't own why people handle and look at you the way that you do. This is why I be telling y'all about management of emotions and shit like that. Because you can't even be a real ass person if you always in your feelings. Because if you always in your feelings, you always gonna see the situation. Your perspective of things is always gonna be geared towards how you feel. There's no way to be in knowledge and intelligence and in your feelings at the same motherfucking time. So it's a lot of y'all, you think you real just because you didn't cheat like the other person cheated. Or you didn't lie as much as the other person lied. But you don't realize you just as flawed as you perceive them to be because your ass ain't willing to own the shit, right? That you do, the things that you create based on how you behave. I'm going to just let that sit before I go any deeper. I'm going to just let that sit because I know some of y'all, she cheated and you didn't, so you thought you was a real nigga and she was a flaw bitch. He cheated and you didn't, so you thought you was a real bitch and he was a flaw ass nigga. He lied and you told the truth, so you thought you was real and he was fake. But in all reality, when you're not willing to own what you created, whether you told a lie or the motherfucking truth, you ain't real. It's some people that told the truth and the truth created a world of shit. You ain't wrong for telling the truth, right? But you got to be willing to own what your truth created. It's a difference. I ain't saying take blame. I'm saying own it. Meaning everything that come along with what the fuck I exposed with my truth, I'm willing to stand on business and move forward from that as if I know I created it. Not like I'm some sort of victim or it wasn't never supposed to happen when I had the choice to go a different route and I did not. It's a lot of shit that ain't about right or wrong. It's about, do you understand what the fuck you doing? This is what make a person real or fake. You can have some bullshit going on. How clearly you see the cause of the bullshit, right? And how clear you are on how you're going to move forward, why you're going to move forward, what you're going to move forward with, how clear you are on accepting the consequences of your words and your actions determines if you're real. I'm going to let that sit. Somebody said, in the words of Lauryn Hill, it could all be so simple. It ain't hard at all to understand. I'm telling y'all this because some of y'all, you wasn't raised to understand what real is. You believe that if I fuck up less than the people around me, it makes me more of a real person. But peep this now, it's a lot of people walking around in rooms where they the smartest person in the room. It's plenty of people in relationships where they're more righteous in the relationship than the other person, right? And because of that, right? Because they chose to date down or pick somebody that's on some shit that they ain't on, or they choosing to watch the other person more than the other person paying them some attention, they believe that they the realest one. But in all reality, you ain't even keeping it real with yourself by staying in that shit and acting like this is a real ass situation. You full of shit to your own self. Real people keep it real with themselves. And that is how you're then able to behave out in the world like a real nigga or a real bitch. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? I'm trying to see who get it and see who don't. And I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Exactly. Let that sit in your spirit. It's a lot of y'all, you ain't real to your motherfucking self. Y'all done heard me say, if you follow me on any other platform, the worst lies is the ones that you tell your motherfucking self. And you can't say you real in no way, shape, or form if you ain't real with yourself. And it's a lot of y'all, you ain't real with yourself. You wake up every day and you tell yourself you a victim of so-and-so's actions. You a victim of the stuff going on in your relationship. You a victim of the things that's going on with your finances. You a victim of the struggles and the hardships of being a parent or having as many kids as you got. But in all reality, you're just sitting in the effect of your fucking choices 1 to 3 years prior or how you was raised. That's all it is. But you ain't keeping it real with yourself. So guess what? As you interact with people, you might not lie as much as them. You might not cheat like they cheat. You might not start shit or bullshit like other people do, but you ain't no realer than them. Because you lied to yourself about why the fuck your life look the way it look. And you hoping that somebody else come along and ease your emotional distress enough for your life to get fixed. But baby, it don't work like that. 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 What I'm on here talking about is real people and fake people. And motherfuckers that don't keep it real with themselves, you fake to everybody else, including yourself. Although you may believe that you're real. I'm going to tell you this, right? Somebody said, I see past the bullshit and do as bad as I can. They said when somebody hurts others, I get paid to take care of them. Let me explain something to you, right? The whole point of self-care, The whole point of being a real person, the whole point of being healthy mentally and psychologically, emotionally and physically is about balance, right? And so the idea is when we talk about healing, healing or fixing hurt, it starts with you creating balance within yourself. The balance within yourself start with you being honest about the things that you're in control of. And this is where the real niggas separate from the fake niggas. This way the real bitches separate from the fake bitches. This is the starting point, right? Of who real and who fake. When you honest with yourself about what you actually in control of, because that's what you're supposed to put your focus on. When you get to the point where it's like, okay, now it's time for me to write out, draw out, make mental note, type in my phone, the things that I am in control of, this is when the room split. This is when the room fucking split. You got the people that's willing to write down the shit that even though it's uncomfortable, I'm in control of this shit happening to me. Boundaries, goals, ability to manage thoughts, manage my emotions, route my focus, change my perspective, shift my paradigm, reset my mindset, reprogram myself. The shit that people write down that understand this and the shit that people gonna write down that don't understand this is gonna separate the real from the fake. Somebody else can't heal your hurt, baby. So whoever said that you can't get paid to heal people hurt, because healing somebody hurt is on them. You got to understand the difference between things you in control of and stuff that you ain't. That's why it's that old school saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can tell a bitch all the facts, all the remedies, the prescription, the motherfucking recipe for the antidote to cure their ass. If they ain't willing to take that shit, baby, if they ain't willing to apply that shit, baby, most of the shit that deal with hurt, that deal with you repairing your life, from your finances to your emotional state to overgoing trauma in the physical or the mental or the emotional, it requires you to first sit down and be honest with yourself about what you in control of. And a lot of y'all don't realize when I say this, right? When I say this, how people treat you, you taught them that. You might not taught them that specific behavior. Like you might ain't teach a nigga how to cheat on you. You might ain't teach a nigga how to lie just in general. You might ain't teach a bitch how to disrespect you. But every bit of the access you allowed them to have to you taught them that they could do that to you. See, when you understand what you're supposed to be in control of, what you are in control of, what you're able to control, right? And you separate that from the shit that you can't, baby, you'll be all right every time. You'll get back up every time. You will rebuild every time. You will find something better every motherfucking time. You will pick yourself back up every motherfucking time. You will build new resources every motherfucking time. It starts with self. Can't nobody heal you. Can't nobody treat you better than you treat you. And then they gonna follow suit. If you understand, and some of y'all, I don't expect you to, but for anybody that has studied psychology like me, the root of human behavior, it starts with survival and modeling. Survival and modeling what we see. Because the idea is, if I look up as a small child and people are already living and thriving and surviving before I got here, I'm going to mimic what I see in an effort to survive because they're already here. They already, from my little person perspective, know the world that I don't know, right? When you understand this, you understand programming, and then it starts to help you understand conditioning, meaning repetition of behavior. So watch this. I'm going to show y'all how to treat me based on showing y'all how I treat myself, how I care for myself, how I love on myself, how I am with myself, how I sacrifice for myself, how I get disciplined for myself, how I'm willing to focus for myself, how I'm willing to write out goals and chase them bitches with everything in me for myself. So then when you come around, not only am I teaching you how valuable I am, but I'm teaching you how to treat yourself if you feel like you valuable. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna talk my shit. So now listen, when you learn how to treat yourself, when you get in relationships, you learn to respect other people's boundaries and you allow them to be able to treat and love on themselves, right? This makes you socially acceptable to the point where you can get in something and not make the other person the reason why you feel good or feel bad. This is where a lot of people go wrong. The way that you build relationships is you understand how to treat and care for yourself so that when you're in a relationship, you will be able to respect when somebody is taking time for them, when somebody is rebuilding for themselves, when somebody is caring for or looking out for their mental health. You'll be in a space where you won't make it where they got to take care of you with your emotions. Y'all want other people to manage y'all emotions. People that understand this about themselves, they understand it's not his or her job to hold my fucking heart in their hand and care for it in the ways that I'm supposed to care for it. We're supposed to complement one another. And this is when you can get into roles. See, when you know yourself and how to treat yourself, and when you're self-aware and you're willing to own the effect that you create, this is when, as a woman, you can stay in your feminine role, and as a man, you can stay in your masculine role. Or y'all can decide what the roles in the relationship will be, and you won't be trying to guide the other person when you ain't even guiding yourself. You got to know how to serve yourself first. You got to know how to serve yourself first. It's a lot of us, we in relationships and you don't even know what you want. You're unsure of how you want to be treated. You just know how you don't want to be treated. But you don't know how you want to be treated. So it's a never-ending trauma toxic cycle. I'm going to explain it. It's a lot of y'all, you in relationships and you don't actually know what you want for yourself. You don't know how you want to be treated. So what you're doing is you in the relationship, you fucking, you spending time, you passing time, you playing this role of the boyfriend or the girlfriend, the husband or the wife, right? And all you doing is looking and waiting for moments where they do things that make you feel uncomfortable so that you can say, hey, that was wrong. Hey, why you did that? I'm saying you try me. Why you disrespecting me? Look, you making me look dumb. Stop doing this. I'm saying why you trying to nigga. Like, man, you ain't finna be doing that. You know all the stuff that a motherfucker ain't supposed to do. But when it comes to sitting down and being honest with yourself about what you feel like they should be doing, about what you feel like you deserve, what you feel like you want, and make the agreements with your partner. Find out if they're actually willing to do that stuff that you want for yourself. When it comes down to this, you don't know how to sort through your thoughts with this. You don't know how to say what you want, right? Realistically. Now here go the real part. This is when we get into whether you real or fake, right? When you sit down and do this, because you got people that say this stuff on a surface level. What do you want in a relationship? Oh, I want trust. I want loyalty. I want someone that's going to be respectful. I want a provider. Or, man, I want a girl that's real. She got to be loyal. She can't be fucking in every nigga face. She got to be nurturing. She got to be feminine. I don't like all that. Like, you say this stuff, right? But then when you say this out loud and then you look at who you picked, and you look at their lifestyle and their actual character traits, because a bitch can't give you what the fuck they don't got. A nigga can't give you what the fuck he don't got. When you say this stuff, right, that you don't really mean, you saying it because it sound good. And when you say this and then you look at who you picked, a lot of that shit they don't got to give you. So you lying, right? First off, because you ain't even with nobody that got the mental capacity to give you that shit. And then the second part is you ain't real because a bitch knowing you ain't even finna tell these people on a serious note outside of an argument that this is what you want, because you already knowing they ain't even finna agree to that. Healthy relationships, you make agreements as you go, starting from the beginning all the way through. We make agreements, meaning we set out what we would like and how we would like to be treated and the things that we feel we should be able to expect and deserve. And the other person, it's put out there as an ask. And then the other person is going to let you know whether they agree, right? Whether they accept or not. And you do this both ways. And once you set your agreements, these are the guidelines, the boundaries, the rules, so to speak, for how you guys choose to behave. Every relationship has its own. There is no one set that goes for all. You sit down with your nigga, you sit down with your bitch, you're supposed to have an understanding of how you want to be treated, what you actually want. We ain't talking about what you don't want. See, y'all always able to yell out what you don't want. You're supposed to be able to articulate what the fuck you do want. And you're supposed to be able to say it to the other person, give them a chance to process, get a real understanding for what it is. And then this is an agreement that you guys made. And so then you can hold the person accountable to that. See, y'all get with people you be fucking before you really even know one another, right? You be in some shit saying y'all go together and there's supposed to be this unwritten rule of loyalty, but y'all don't even got the same definition of loyalty. So as you going through it, you saying they wrong, they saying they ain't. I never agreed to this. Since when does this mean this to me? Could this mean that to me, right? And so I get to the point where it's so much chaos, it's so much toxicity, it's so much of, oh, you trying me, or that bitch tripping. It's so much misunderstanding, right? In relationships, it's all about understanding. Being real is about understanding yourself and then understanding the effect you create with the people that you're around. Family, intimate relationships like what I'm describing, at work, everywhere. Y'all don't understand this. And so it becomes a problem. And then you wonder why, regardless of who you pick, young, old, got some money, don't got some money, fat, skinny, right, black, white, Asian, whoever, you find yourself in the same fucking type of situation every time. Different person, same situation every time. Big on that. You know how many people in relationships, they got two different definitions? From a space of somebody that do therapy, that do counseling, that aid people in getting to know they self and being better. You know how many times I done sat down with couples, I done sat in a Zoom. What's respect? What's respect? Her definition ain't nothing like his definition. What's loyalty? What's loyalty? Her definition ain't nothing like his definition. Feminine. What does it mean for her to be feminine? Describe to me, if you can't even put it in this the dictionary term type definition, tell a nigga what type of shit you talking about, how this woman supposed to behave. He described it. She looking crazy in the face because she don't believe that that's what being feminine is. What he describing to her sound like he want a bitch to be stupid. So he call it feminine. She call it you want a bitch to be dumb and just let you do whatever you want to do and submit to anything. They ain't on the same page. They ain't equally yoked. They ain't even reading out the same book. Your definition of the words don't match her definitions of the words. So how the fuck y'all ever gonna be on the same page? And this is why the relationship is centered around watching one another and waiting for moments where you do something that I don't want you to do. Because if we talk about what I do want you to do, we can't get on the same page. All our words mean something different. All our words mean something different. That's like trying to play a game with a motherfucker that they operating off of different rules. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. You ever been to an old school cookout? We playing spades around this motherfucker. Different spades games be having different rules. So when we sit down, if we don't establish the rules, it's a lot of arguing gonna go on outside of just the arguing of who won the book in that play. It's gonna be a lot of arguing based on a bitch having, they playing off of these rules that they be playing at they family cookout. You playing off of these, it ain't gonna work out. Imagine playing chess with somebody and they move their pieces like checkers. But you going off the chess rules. Y'all ain't gonna never get the game going. Fuck who winning or who losing, who right or who wrong. Y'all ain't even got the foundation laid out right. I'm telling y'all what's real and what ain't. It's always best to get to know yourself before inviting someone else in your world. 100%. 100%. And see, life is an ongoing journey for you to get to know you, right? The problem is when you ain't real, right? I'm going to bring this bitch all the way back around to the beginning. When you ain't real, you ain't going to never get to know you. You ever met somebody that after being around them for even a month, sometimes it's less than that, but I'm going to just say 30 days. Some of y'all done been around people for 30 days and you know them more than they know themselves. Because they pay attention to everything but they motherfucking self. They know about the shit on the internet, what's going on with celebrities, who cheating on who on love and hip hop, what songs finna drop, what concerts going on, what new shoes finna come out, what's on sale, what ain't, who stole who man, who community dick, who cheating on who lied about their paternity test. They know all this stuff, but they don't understand what they create, the effect they create within their own family, with their own children, with their own baby daddy or their own baby mama or their own parents or their own aunties, their own friends, on their own job. The focus is off. When a person ain't even paying attention to their motherfucking self, you can spend all the time alone you want. Message to some of y'all, because you love to say, that's why I'm single. I'm working on me. Yeah, I'm saying that's why a nigga by themself, I ain't looking for nothing right now. Listen, you ain't looking at anything worth looking at all, sir. Ma'am, you can stay alone to the day you die and you still won't know yourself no better than you knew yourself before you got single. Before you got by yourself, you don't know shit more about yourself than you did back then. A lot of y'all don't understand that. You got to be able to manage your thoughts, because that's what helps control your emotions. You got to be able to manage your thoughts, right? Your thoughts, there's part of them, a percentage of them, that comes from what you're feeding yourself through your eyes, your ears, your environment, the energy you let around you. And then there's part of your thoughts that are intrusive, that comes from your survival internal instincts based on your programming from how you was raised. So there's shit that comes up and there's ways that you think based on you from when you was a small child and you might be 40 now. That shit still on you until you confront it and reprogram it. It's there. It does not go anywhere. It's called your subconscious mind. As an adolescent, you are programmed from what you're shown, the environment you live in, things that were said, stuff that was not said, TV shows you watched, things that went on, ways that you saw the people raising you get treated, the money that you saw come through your household, the money that y'all never got, the things that you never believed you. All of these things are in mind, right? A part of your intrusive thoughts, things that you don't try, they come from your programming, beliefs, ways that you move, right? You know how you learn some new information and you want to do better, but you can't discipline yourself to do better. It's because there's some beliefs that conflict with how you need to behave to do better, but you don't know that. So you don't know to confront it, so you'll never be able to do better, right? All of this shit is occurring in your subconscious mind. Now, the shit going on in your conscious mind has to do with what you're actively putting in front of your face. So now, if you want to learn how to focus and manage your thoughts, this is all occurring before we even get into being able to manage your emotions or get yourself on a upward path, right? What you have to do is confront the beliefs that you got from how you were raised and your early life experiences. And then you also, right, have to look at your environment. What am I feeding myself right now? What do I watch on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? What do I look up on the internet, the job that I work at? What am I seeing and hearing on a daily basis? Because this is programming. This is psychology. Repetition of information, behavior, or environment will program the human mind, even if the human, the individual, doesn't want to be programmed in that way. There is no way to fight it. So who I got in my house, who I don't got in my house, the type of niggas I fuck, the type of bitches I fuck, type of people I talk to, who I sit on the phone and have conversations with, who I tell my business to, who I let tell me their business, the things that I listen to, the shit I eat, right? And I ain't just talking about the food. I'm talking about the food, but I ain't talking about the food, right? It's food for thought. What I eat is what I see. What I eat is what I put in my mouth. What I eat is what comes in my ears. What I eat is what I let into my vibration. Humans give off energy. You don't have to say anything out of your mouth. I can come in your vicinity with the wrong energy and fuck you up in your internal. And we ain't got to have no conversation. So when we talk about managing your thoughts, there is I need to confront my beliefs and really look at what unhealed trauma, what situations in my life, what choices that I make that I'm not being real with myself about, right? Then I also got to be honest with myself. What do I have in my current environment? What is going on in my life that I need to clean up, rearrange? set boundaries with? Who do I need to cut back on talking to or stop talking to at all? What do I need to rearrange about my house? Some of y'all just need to simply move your furniture around because your bed and your room been set up, that comforter set, been there since the last nigga was busting you down. You need to get that energy out of there. You need to take them sheets off that bed, throw them bitches away, go buy a new comforter set, put the bed on the other wall, move the dress over here, change the drawers around, put the panties drawer at the bottom, put the motherfucking shirt drawer at the top. Rearrange your space so that it is not familiar to the energy that used to be there. Make it where if the other person came back in that motherfucker, they wouldn't even recognize the room. Some of y'all need to do this with y'all life. The shit still tied to the old shit. The old shit tied to your beliefs and to certain ways that you think, certain thoughts, certain depressions, certain energies, certain moods. You got all that shit still replaying even though you got rid of that bitch, bro. I got books, I got Zooms, I got fucking e-guides, bitch. I got one-on-one phone calls on Instagram. Text the number in my bio, 678-965-0698. Somebody type that under here, 678-965-0698. Say I got it all. If you really want to help yourself, bitch, you'd already been tapped in by now because you done seen me everywhere. Y'all think I'm being funny, but I'm being dead-ass motherfucking serious. I'm being dead ass serious. I do got a book I haven't even put out yet that's all on relationships. And it breaks down how to rebuild yourself, male or female. There's a part in there I told y'all about a long time ago called Talking to the Wall. When it's out with the old, in with the new, you got to spend some time confronting you. A lot of y'all, you got your house set up the same way it was when you had that motherfucking demon over there. You got yourself, your life, the same routine set up, right? From when you was doing shit that you trying to get away from. The shit too familiar and too connected to the old shit. You got to change that shit around. You got to look different, sound different, feel different. Your household got to be different. Y'all got that shit set up where it's familiar to the motherfucking demons. Male or female. It's some of y'all niggas, bro. You need to go all the way back to the high school remedy. You need to go all the way back to when you was 16, 17 years old and rethink the way that you look at women, the way that you look at life, the way that you weigh out how to make certain choices about yourself as a man. You need to go back and rewrite your purpose. Rewrite out. And some of y'all, you writing it for the first time, even though you fucking in your 30s or your 40s. You need to go to decide as a man what I'm going to be on. Some of y'all niggas, you too easy. When I'm saying go back, you need to go back to what a bitch tell a teenager. Hey, listen, before you go fuck that bitch, jack your dick. Jack your dick and get one off. And then see if you really still want to go over there and fuck. Because it's a lot of y'all, you fuck too easy, bro. You fucked, and I'm telling you this from a real nigga space. You fuck too easy. You fuck the wrong bitches too easy. And before you know that the bitch a demon, you already done nutted in her. And I'm talking about nutted in her raw. So now you got children with a motherfucking demon. This bitch don't care nothing about the kids or you while caring for the kids and fucking you. So any minute, them babies gonna be used as pawns to play with your ass. And this is when you gonna see your mental health get tested, my nigga. And then when you make a decision that's best for your mental health, it's probably going to be opposite of what's best for those children, but it's a safe space for your mind. Now you at a crossroads where it's shifty, right? This is when that real nigga mode got to set in. Can you stand 10 toes on the decision that you make? If you walk away, can you stand 10 toes on the decision that you made and accept that that bitch gonna call you a deadbeat for the rest of your life and your kids probably gonna be affected heavily in a negative way by you choosing your mental health in that moment? These are the choices that niggas is faced with when they fuck too easy on a motherfucking demon. And I'm gonna tell you niggas something. These demons look good, boy. They look good, boy. They go to the DR, they go down to Miami, Florida, they get their body done, they had them titties sitting up right, ass be fat, waist be little, Instagram followers be up, face be pretty, hair be laid, motherfucking tax flyer be made, arms crossed, 'em, 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 You better ask her, nigga. It's already coming out. It's a bitch on here right now. Have these so-called men soft and feminine. You don't know a bitch feel like this up front. You don't know that that's a bitch real feelings towards men. So you fuck on and you think you building something with the bitch. Make her mad enough or give her the perception that y'all ain't finna be together or you finna be with somebody else. Just what she type finna come out in her behavior. You never knew she had a belief like that. You never knew her belief towards men in general was that most of y'all or half of y'all is softer than a bitch and feminine. You never knew she felt like that, but you done gave her your nut. And then now she in charge of rather babies born. So now you got babies with a bitch that have a negative view of nearly half the male gender. So now what you gonna do, bro? This when that real nigga mode gotta come in. Can you stand on whatever decision you make, right? And then it is a heavy effect on people involved, regardless of what decision that you make. It's a lot of y'all, especially black men, you at that crossroads where you faced with, do I choose my mental health or do I choose to be there and involved with these children while this demon fucking is after my mindset because I didn't conform to the expectations she had for me when we never made no agreements up front. But she didn't know to make agreements with me first, nor did I, because we was raised wrong. I'm trying to re-raise you on this motherfucker. Females, it's a lot of y'all. You fuck too easy. You open up too easy. You too motherfucking gullible and you blame niggas for that. But that's not a nigga's fault. The concept of feminine has nothing to do with stupidity. Being a nurturing and feminine woman has nothing to do with being a people pleaser. Being a feminine woman has nothing to do with being a damn fool. Being a feminine woman has nothing to do with being a fucking doormat. Being a feminine woman has nothing to do with going along and believing lies that you know lies, but telling yourself they ain't lies and then crying like you didn't know they was lies and saying a nigga fucked up your life when you're the actual one that decided how many children to have or whether a nigga could fuck or not. Men fuck who they can. Women fuck who they want. Men marry who they want. Women marry who they can. Write that shit down. You got to thank for you type a comment on a Love Dorsey live. And I should have told y'all this in the beginning. There's a lot of y'all females, you don't know what the essence of a woman is. You a woman, but you don't know the essence of what a woman is because you was raised wrong. Your mama never showed you because she didn't know. This is when you got to confront your beliefs. You got to confront your upbringing. You got to be willing to say, although I love my mother with all my heart, there's a lot of actually good enough. And so I have to go re-raise myself in a lot of areas. I have to be honest with myself that there are some things about my upbringing that I need to fucking let go of. There are some beliefs and stuff that my mama told me that I need to let the fuck go. She was wrong with that. But a lot of y'all, the way you were raised and the stuff they programmed into you, it makes it where you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to say that grandma and mama didn't know their worth and what a feminine woman was, and they allowed themselves to be taken advantage of, or they chose the wrong type of men and continue to reproduce with those type of men and then blame the men and then never gave me the lesson that it's on me, right? How a nigga treat me. I have the right and the reason and the fucking rhythm and the energy to walk away at any given point, to remain in my essence of a woman. Anything that conflicts with me being nurturing and loving and submissive, right? And fun and fluffy and soft and loving, that shit ain't for me. A lot of motherfuckers, it ain't that easy as I'm saying it. Because you done seen the shit so much, you don't realize it's on you and it's in you. The funny thing about beliefs that are programmed into your subconscious mind, i.e. paradigms, is that a lot of y'all don't know what your paradigms are. Take, for example, the Zoom I do on money. And I talk about shifting your paradigms. I talk about budgeting, multiple streams of income, credit, leveraging credit, understanding how the banking system works, economics in the United States. Hysterical, right? I talk and I teach this, right? So when we're in the Zoom, I ask questions and propose thoughts, right? Wet thoughts. Shit that make you want to do something about it. Not dry thoughts that make you just think it and feel, oh, we talking, we having a good conversation. No, wet thoughts that make you want to get your ass up and change some shit, right? The funny thing about this is most people don't realize what their paradigms are about money. They don't realize that there are certain beliefs that they got from watching their parents or their grandma or their brothers, their older siblings, their sisters, their baby daddy, their baby mama, that has them limited. So they have limited beliefs in regards to finances. So there are certain things that they believe that's a scam, that's not. There are certain limitations they have placed on themselves with their beliefs, right? About money, about what they're capable of earning, what they're capable of doing, right? And it stems from fear. And so what you've been programmed to believe creates a fear, right? That is equivalent to that. Meaning, if all I saw growing up and all I heard was that times is hard and that you got to get what you can get from government assistance and bitch, if somebody giving away something free, or if all I heard is that doing anything different than that. And so when I'm give opportunities in present time to do something, to expand my life or grow myself financially other than that, the fear starts to take over. If I don't understand this, my emotions then become tied to the fear, tied to the belief, and I won't move. I won't move. I won't move. And so this is why I can teach you about multiple streams of income, passive versus active, how to create multiple streams of income. I can go through the 8 different streams of income and tell you which ones are passive and what, and I can tell you the concept of how to really level up, right? And then when you get done, you'll write all this stuff down. You'll feel excited. It'll be wet thoughts where it make you want to do something, but you won't do nothing. You won't do nothing. You won't do nothing. You won't do shit. Because the stuff in your subconscious mind, them beliefs, that fear, them emotions, that feeling of anxiety of the unknown that's different from what you always knew, what you seen, what you was told from your upbringing, it takes precedence. So now you know better, but you can't do better. Looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. This is why a lot of y'all, you learn new information and you still can't apply it. Because you don't understand the shit always goes back to your psyche. It always goes back to your mind. Always. You can't get past nothing without first getting it situated in your mind. This goes for breakups. This goes for financial situations. This goes for changing your life in regards to your circle, your friends, switching jobs, leveling up, going back to school. It requires you to shift shit mentally. The other part of this is discipline and consistency. But you can't stay disciplined with a new habit when you have not shifted your beliefs that had you married and tied and focused on doing things the other way. But a lot of y'all don't realize where you got them ways from. And if you idolize or you put on a pedestal the people that taught you that bullshit, that got you moving with money and relationships and life the way you are, you'll never change that, because guess what? It makes you confront that idea, that perception, that view you had of that particular person that taught you that bullshit is incorrect. Humans by nature, right, want to be right. So you gravitate and you view things in a way that will make you right. Even when we playing victim, even when you talk about relationships and things like that, the shit going on in your mind determines what you attract, right? What you got going on in your mind, it puts off an energy. It controls how you behave. Excuse me, your beliefs in your subconscious mind, they are 100% in control of what you get involved in, what you are attracted to. And so when you understand this, you realize like certain people that raised me, certain people that exposed me to stuff, if I am not willing to be real with myself and look at them for what they really are and fucking confront, right? And be honest about what was wrong with what went on, no matter what their relationship is to me, right? If I don't do this, I'm going to end up attracting the shit that keeps me in that loop of the shit that they taught me. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Understand this? It don't matter if your life ain't grossly fucked up. You will not reach a space of feeling empowered. That second heartbeat that I talk about in my Zooms, that you have to wake up within yourself in order for you to really get in that trajectory of just going up. That just upward motion, waking up knowing that life is about to be everything that I want. You can't even get to that point if you're not willing to confront this kind of shit. And when you sitting up around the same people that you need to change your beliefs from, meaning they taught you the bullshit that you believe that got your life looking the way you don't want it to look, right? Because it ain't about how I want it to look. It's about how you want it to look. When you around them, you ain't going to change shit because they ain't going to let you. They ain't going to let you. Start trying to change your behavior, right? You won't be able to stay consistent or disciplined with it because the people around you going to make you feel bad for the changes that you're making. Damn, why you acting like that? What, you think you better than people now? You don't eat that kind of food no more? Or no, so you ain't going, oh, now all of a sudden you don't spend money on this kind of stuff? What the fuck you think? Stacking? What you mean stacking? So you ain't going to take me shopping? I'm saying, like, this is what we doing now? They going to have you feeling bad about you choosing to behave different. Your mama and them, oh, so you can't give your mama $200? What, you over that girl told you not to give me no money? You can't even build for yourself or create or get in a space where you refocus your mind because you ain't got the right boundary set with the people around you. Oh, why you reading? What the fuck you reading for? Since when you started? Oh, bitches just start changing up. You done listen to a Love Dorsey video. Now you think you better than what you better than me? And if you got this going on, you ain't gonna stay disciplined or consistent with nothing new. And before you know it, you're gonna be back into that old shit. They will make you feel bad for choosing you. So all the way back to what I said in the beginning of the video. Whether you real or you fake, it ain't about how many mistakes you made, what lies you told, what bullshit you own or been on. Are you honest with yourself and willing to stand on the consequences of what your actions, your words, your choices created? If people don't tell you certain stuff because you done lied or bullshit them in the past, if you willing to be honest that I shouldn't feel no type of way about them not telling me stuff or including me because I know what I did, right? You real. That's real. You keeping it real with yourself and other people by authentically being you and being willing to be truthful and organic with yourself. Real is not about being perfect. It is not about never fucking up. It is not about being around a bunch of people where you fuck up less than them. It ain't about that. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Some of y'all, you weren't taught this growing up, so you don't understand. You thought real was some other shit. It's a lot of y'all, you don't do no lying, no cheating, but you faker than a bitch. You fake it in a bitch because you go around and you act like being around people that got bullshit going on when you don't is affecting your reputation with people because these people don't want to hear that shit you talking all day long. You lying to yourself. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. This shit real game. This shit real shit. You got to be willing to check yourself. When you really know, you know. And when I say that, it's all about perception, your perspective of things, your understanding of yourself, your awareness of self. So it's like when you When you get in a space where you realize life is what I make it. The type of niggas or bitches I attract, the type of men or women that come into my life, this shit is based on how I view life. Because I attract what the fuck goes with my beliefs. I attract what goes along with what I believe. So if, for example, if I believe ain't barely no good niggas out here, human beings are attracted to what makes them right. So if my belief is that ain't no good niggas out here, I'm going to attract what's going to make me right, which is niggas that ain't no good, because that's going to validate and make me right with my belief. If I believe that bitches ain't shit, that's what I'm going to attract. Ain't shit bitches. Because my focus, my attraction is going to be on the things that make me right. That's why a lot of y'all, you can say, I don't fuck with liars, or I don't like niggas that act like this. And every time you end up with a nigga that act like that. Because your belief is most all niggas act like that. Y'all had an experience with 2 or 3 niggas out of millions of people. And you would tell yourself, this is the viewpoint on a high percentage. And so when you keep getting that same thing, that is because that's what you're actually looking for, even though you're saying that ain't what you're looking for. Your thoughts always become your reality because they come from your beliefs. If you can't sort through your thoughts, if you can't manage them, this is why meditation is important. This is why reading is important. This is why getting in a space where you disconnect from social media and certain things outside of yourself and get in tune with you is important. It's important because you have to understand it is in our biology. It is in our species, like embedded in our genetics with all people, that human beings based on survival are wired to be right. Even with the whole concept of being a victim. If you have a victim mindset, you will find yourself in situations very often where you are an actual victim. Because your perspective will always view the situation as somebody doing something to you. Because that's how your mindset is set up. If I have a victim mindset, my thinking, my beliefs is always going to find a way to shift the situation where I'm being done wrong. Poor me. And so every situation will support what I believe so that I can be right. But if you tell yourself, I ain't no motherfucking victim, how people treat me is based on what I allow. And so the next time somebody treats me in a manner that I don't like, I'm going to speak up, set a boundary, get the fuck out of there. I'm only going to take what I want to take. I'm only going to be involved in what I'm going to have a voice. I'm going to empower myself. I am no victim of shit. When you start talking like this and making that list of the things in your life that you can control and that you're capable of changing, you become very able when just yesterday you weren't able to do anything mentally. This is a re-raising for some of y'all. Follow me on Instagram, love_Dorsey. Y'all hit the like, subscribe, the share button. Click the notification bell so that when I go live, you ain't got to wait to see somebody else share it or screen record it or tell you I'm live. You can just get the notification to your phone. Why would you not want this real shit? All right.